basketball talk, independent Rob. My main man, 50 grand skip is unavailable tonight. But but we gotta do what we got to do. This is facto. This is facto. This is what has to be done. And what has to be done is we need part two to that Isaiah ranks Michael Jordan #5 all-time great. We need a part two. Why? Why do we need part two? Because the people that was viewing the last video, or may I say part one, was getting at us. And particularly me. They was really getting at me. It's not us. They was getting at me like no other. And I came back. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. First time, I was freestyling. And what does that mean what do I mean by freestyling? I mean, I was just freestyling. I'm saying what I'm saying. And I'm not saying what I said with the receipts in hand. However, I am back. And I am back with receipts. And let me tell you something, man. A lot of you guys are drinking that Michael Jordan juice. A lot of you dudes are doing that. Some of you guys are. But the majority of you guys are drinking that Michael Jordan juice. And it's time to pull out the receipts and say what is real and what's fake. Now, before I get into all that, I just want to thank all you guys for taking the time to respond to the post. I want to thank all you guys for that. I mean, the video. You guys took your time out to respond to our video. I want to thank you for that. You guys ain't have to do that. You guys ain't even have to watch it. But you guys, you sat there, you watched the video, and not only you watched the video, you told us how you felt, and I appreciate that. And what I appreciate the most is you guys did that as adults. Meaning that we understand that we don't have to criticize. We can criticize each other. We can disagree with each other without being disrespectful. And that's what you guys did. You said what you had to say, and you was respectful. And I said what I had to say, and I was respectful back. Now just know, I can't get at everybody because it's too many comments. But I'm gonna do my best moving forward. But forget all that. Let's get down to business. First thing first, a lot of you guys were saying Isiah Thomas was jealous of Jordan, they hating on Jordan, yada, 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 yada. A lot of you guys went with that narrative. But guess what? Before you say that, I'm just going to ask you guys just one question. Is there a possibility that Jordan was hating on Isiah Thomas? Because this is what you guys do. We get caught up, not we, y'all. Y'all get caught up in who is the most popular player, and then automatically the least popular guy looks like the hater. But let's pull out these receipts. If we pull out the receipts, right, and we go back to the 1987-1988 NBA season, that was the first time. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure, because I bought the receipts. I want to make sure I am saying what I'm saying. Okay, cool. We go back to the 87-88 season. That was the first time that Jordan and Isiah played each other in the playoffs. That was the second round. Detroit beat Jordan 4-1. Next year, 1988, 1989. It's hold up. Let me go back. Let me go back. Not only they beat them 4-1, they made it to the finals. They beat the Detroit Pistons, and they lost to the Lakers 4-3. The 88-89 season, the Bulls see the Pistons again in the conference finals. Eastern Conference Finals, 1988, 1989. They lost 4-2. That means they just did play one game better than they won the year before. The Detroit Pistons went on and swept the Lakers 4-0. And I know Skip talking about, oh man, Magic broke, he was hurt, this, that, and another. They had David Rivers. They still had everybody else. They still had Jabbar. They still had Worthy, Byron Scott, and they got swept. Now, 89-90, the Bulls face the Detroit Pistons again in the Eastern Conference Final for back-to-back season, and they lost 4-3. Detroit went on and beat the Trailblazers 4-1. Then finally, 1990-1991, the Bulls and the Detroit Pistons faced each other again, and the Bulls swept them. And that was when we seen the infamous not shaking their hand, they walked out and not shaking their hand. Okay, let's do this. I get it. That is poor sportsmanship. I get that. That is not how professionals supposed to act. I get that. However, these two teams were battling. And whether Isiah admitted it that day or not, they was rivals. Isiah may not admit it, but they was rivals. So they beat the Detroit Pistons, they showed poor sportsmanship, and they walked out without shaking their hand. And that was just a rivalry thing. But now let's look at the flip side of that coin. Michael Jordan used that as fuel to act as if he didn't like Isiah Thomas. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. The dislike for Isiah Thomas came before that. It didn't come that day right there. It came before that. That could have been the final straw, and that could have been also the excuse that you use to just say, I don't like this dude. So much that allegedly Michael Jordan kept Isiah off that first Dream Team. Now, this is the thing I don't get. As a competitor, if you don't kick my ass 3 times, and then we finally beat y'all and sweep y'all, I'm going to look at that as that's a bittersweet win. Not only I'm going to look at it as a bittersweet win, I'm going to laugh at you guys. Yeah, we finally got you and we destroyed you. I'm not going to use that as, oh, I don't like him. You don't like him? Why? So much that you got him, allegedly, kept off the Dream Team? Who's hating on who? Who's hating on who? Because it sounds like Jordan is the bitter one. It sounds like to me that Jordan lost to Isiah 3 times, and he obviously has some pent-up animosity against that Detroit Bulls team, to the point where when you beat them the one time, you use the fact that they didn't shake your hand as ammunition to say you don't like this guy. So are you saying to us that if Isiah would have shook your hand, things would have been better? You and him would have been buddy-buddy? Is that what you're saying to us? Because I'm not buying it. How about you guys? Are you guys buying that if Isiah and the Detroit Pistons would have shook Michael Jordan's hand on the way out, that they would be friends to today? I'm not buying it. I think that the whole deal with this whole Isaiah and Mike situation is plain and simple. And that's Mike didn't like the fact that Isaiah was getting the best of him. He beat him 3 times in the playoffs. And I think he has some built-up animosity against him and that team because, like, let's call it what it was. That was during the days when they was playing bully ball out there. They was fouling hard. They was putting people on their ass. It was what it was. And Michael Jordan, of all people, he felt the brunt of it because for those who may not see Mike, like I seen Mike play, when he first came in the league, the majority of his points was him driving to the basket. And in them days, you wasn't just driving to the basket without getting fouled. So after Mike was driving to the basket, he kept getting butchered up, hitting the ground, yada, yada, yada. Mike went back, and he ultimately developed that outside shot. Then, that was a big reason why they was able to beat the Detroit Pistons once he developed that outside shot. So, in closing, we have to ask ourselves, who is really hating on who? And this is the thing. It doesn't matter what field we in. The person that is most popular gets the benefit of the doubt all the time. If someone does something wrong to me, right? Or you, your parents, your friends, your wife, whoever, right? Someone popular does something wrong to you. As soon as you get on this internet and you start to talk about them, if that person responds, automatically, everybody's going to jump on you. They might did you wrong. And you might just speak on it. I worked for this guy, he didn't pay me. I worked 2 months, he didn't pay me. And the guy might come on and he may say whatever. People gonna jump down your throat. Oh, you're stupid, you should have quit. They're gonna jump down your throat because they're gonna always side with the person that's most popular. And that's what this is. Nobody's contesting, okay, Mike, allegedly, no one ever addressed the fact that Mike was supposed to be the one and the reason why Isiah Thomas didn't make the dream team, the first dream team. No one addressed that because this is Mr. Popular Mike. So now, in closing, if I beat you 3 times and you beat me once in the playoffs, am I really supposed to call you the GOAT?